Well, I have one man who, I mean, we all know him. He's a
Yeah.
great guy, my friend. I would always, no, I always say that, I remember when people say that if the Super Eagles coach is paying you, you are on his salary. I keep wondering what that means anyway. I always wonder what that really means when people say because you're defending a coach, because you think that the man is doing a good job and he needs support, it means that you've been paid. But hey, it is what it is. We've got to do our job, and sometimes this accusation comes. It happens across every space, so we're not going to even mourn or cry about it. It's just what life is. And for me personally, I like the man. I like Gernot. I've always think that he's a good person. I also thought that he started a new process of rebuilding the Super Eagles and giving the Super Eagles, a pool of good players that were meant to go into the future and dominate African football and probably rise above the position we used to be at world level. But then we're having him on the show today via the telephone.
I would love what you have to say about Daniel Francis as well. If he,
Yes, because he actually was with Daniel Francis
exactly.
here
So
in Nigeria.
I'm looking to hear what he say about that move.
We'll have that conversation. Straight up, let's go. Once again, good morning to you, Coach.
Good morning.
How are you? How is your family? Everybody?
Everybody is fine. Thank you very much. I'm with my children. My family is very happy to have me now for a longer time, and we enjoy the summertime. It's a little bit hot actually in Europe, even very hot. We have unusual hot temperatures actually. But it's good because I'm living very close to the ocean, so we have sometimes the possibility to have the fresh water and to go to the beach and to be in the boat. So that's very nice for the children who have holidays actually.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since I last have you as a guest on my radio show, but at least we've been chatting back and front on WhatsApp. How much have you missed Nigeria?
I missed a lot. Nigeria, my friends. I was coming once in June to see some friends and to meet some people. And I miss a lot also the players, of course, my team and even the staff. So we had so many years together, good years, that I miss them a lot, and I will miss them again and again, especially for the World Cup in Qatar.
Coach, do you have any plan to go back to coaching, or this is the end of the line for you?
That's a good question. I'm not the youngest one, and the family is for me now a priority in the moment, and I'm giving all my time to the family, but also a little bit to my former club, Girondins de Bordeaux. They had some problems. They go down in second division, and they even could go down in third division, but in the last moment they are saved. I'm trying to help a little bit in this club now. And actually, my motivation to go into another team is not so big. The motivation number one is to be with the children, with the family, and to help my former club.
Okay, so let's stay with your former club, Girondins Bordeaux, where you have a very good time. You had players like Zinedine Zidane under your belt, Yuri Jokoff, Lizarazu, and a host of other players. At the time, you took them all the way to the finals of the UEFA Cup, where you lost. But is it not possible for you to call on these past players to contribute fund, or use social media to tell the fans to contribute fund so that the club can be bailed out from the problem that they are in right now?
We did it. That's what we did a few weeks ago. Some former players and thousands of fans had a meeting in the city of Bordeaux and made a demonstration to save the club. And I was in the first line for that. And we succeeded because we could win in the last step, in the last process to stay in the second division. So now, after 2 games, Bordeaux has 4 points, and we are already number 2 in the table. So if it's like this in the end of the year, Bordeaux will come back in first division. Normally, Bordeaux should never leave this first division because this club has a lot of tradition and a lot of impact in the area here that I hope that they will come back very, very soon.
All right, Coach. Let's go back to memory lane. The time you were coach of Bizanto of Girondins Bordeaux, where you have all of these players in your team. What was the experience like? Talk to me about how you were able to relate with players like Zidane. They were still young at the time. Yuri Joker, very skillful player as well, and all of that. How did you handle the dressing room of Bordeaux when you were the coach of the team?
You know, it was not so difficult because especially Lizarazu and Dugarry, I had them already in academy, so I could already speak with them when they were very young, try to learn everything to these young boys. And even Zidane, when I coached him, he was very young, he was only 20. And he was arriving from Cannes, and we just came back from the second to first division already exactly 30 years ago. It was in 1992. So Zinedine was arriving in this year, and yes, together we go until the European final in 96 against Bayern Munich. It was a wonderful adventure with these players, very young players. And then there were, like you know, a world champion in 98, and it was a wonderful time for Girondins Bordeaux to have all this success in European level. And yes, even later they had some success, but me, I left the club in 98 to start my international career like a coach.
Hello, my name is Sumaira. I am from Pakistan and you are watching Alagbata TV radio. Please subscribe. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Abdullah Wali. I'm from Pakistan, the number one country in the world in cricket. You're watching Alagbata Sports TV radio. Please subscribe.
All right, that's a very good one. So let's fast track to Nigeria. When you left in December, we went to the Nations Cup in January. When you look at that team in January, do you think that you could have done something different from what Austin Eguavoen did?
Of course, each coach has his methods, has his, and so we are all different. But the advantage for the technical director who took my place was that he was inside the Super Eagles already since 1 year, and he could see. But yes, he didn't ask me anything to help him or something like that. I would have done it with pleasure, but yeah, sometimes like this, each coach wants to have his own principles, and so what happened was very unfortunate, because you saw in the first 3 games that our team was one of the best ones in the tournament, and in this decisive matches, when you have a knockout round against Tunisia, so yeah, I was very unhappy to see that go out. Some technical mistakes, some individual but also collective mistakes, and they couldn't score any goal. I saw some players in the list which I never invited before, but despite the pressure they gave me to invite them, I saw them suddenly when I left in the list, and that was not the list I would have done, but it's like that. And I still am a supporter of Super Eagles, and I hope that they will come back on the very high level.
Yeah, and we also failed to qualify for the World Cup. Did that one hurt you? Like, did it really make you feel bad?
Oh yes, because this one I know that all the players, we spoke together and we said this is our big target. We want to go to Qatar in such a wonderful World Cup in November 2022, and yes, I'm very, very, very unlucky about it, unhappy about it. The players are down. Some of them called me after that and said, "Coach, really, we regret not to go there." And Yes, it's like that. I'm sure that this team was better than the Ghana team because I know Ghana team very well. A lot of them are playing in Germany, in England, in France. And what happened was unfortunate, but sometimes, you have what you deserve in the life and in the work. And perhaps it was the case now for the Nigerian Football Federation.
Well, talking about the Nigerian Football Federation, FIFA recently gave you a positive judgment for the Nigerian Football Federation to pay you. Now, there's something that I want to understand. A lot of confusion is all over the place. Some people say you are entitled to $5 million. Some say $2 million. Some say $150,000. Coach, state your case. What's really the amount of money that the NFF is owing you? What are you entitled to? What was the judgment, the FIFA judgment about? Because there are too many conflicting reports and I'm really confused about it.
The only thing I can get is my salary. When you have a contract until the end of the year and you break this contract, you have to continue to pay the salaries. It is the only thing I can have and I want. The most difficult for me is not to miss the salaries. The most difficult for me is to miss the World Cup. I have such a big frustration about it. Now I bought my tickets with my family, and it's $800 a ticket to assist to the matches. I bought for 3 matches, and I go like a tourist or observation to see how is the level in the world now. And like a supporter from 2 teams is France and Germany. But the money question, they have to pay. If they don't pay, FIFA will take the money from what they owe them to develop the football. But I regret, because I would like that NFF could develop much more the youth football and everything, the organization of the championship and the organization of youth competitions. So many things to do. I told them what they have to do, but now the money which is normally for that, FIFA will give it to me. So it's a pity for Nigerian football, but it's only my salaries, it's nothing else.
So what is the total amount of money for the salary, sir?
Everybody knows, huh? It was already in the media. So I had a salary who has been paid in Naira, and I'm the only coach, I think, in Africa who paid also taxes to the financial ministry in Nigeria. So I paid my taxes, they give me Naira, and but when I left and they sacked me, they had to give dollar now because I have no more in Nigeria. So this is now the case. There's still a few months to pay, and I'm sure that will be done. And yes, but I regret, because it's such a stupid decision to pay somebody who is no more working for you, that it's really bad for these people who are responsible of this decision.
Yeah, coach, so let's move forward a little bit. You already have tickets to go to the World Cup to see 3 games, and most likely it will be the France, Germany, and any other country you choose. Are you committed to working with any media out there for the World Cup already?
No, private. It's a private visit, actually. Of course, they will call me. The French and the German medias will call me all the time when they are playing. Actually, I take my 2 children with me and my wife, so we are 4. So that's all. That's a private visit. We want to be free. I don't want to be in the obligation to speak, to analyze, to comment for the medias. For the moment, I am free, and I enjoy the freedom.
So, coach, as a friend, I want to ask you this favor. When you go to the World Cup, and probably if I don't go, because I'm no longer motivated to go to Qatar because Nigeria is not qualified, can I call you during the World Cup to give me your own take, your own observation about Qatar?
You know that the friends is always welcome to me, and you are one of the people who were always honest in Nigeria with me. So there's no problem. You can call me. I will give you my feeling about the matches.
Hello guys, I'm Dr. Jamal. I'm from Ethiopia. You're watching Legbete TV Radio. Please subscribe.
Hello, my name is Dr. Nigam. I am from Pakistan and you are watching LBT TV Radio. Please subscribe.
Hi, my name is Abdullah Wali. I'm from Pakistan, the number one country in the world in cricket. You're watching Legbete Sports TV Radio. Please subscribe.
All right, coach, before I let you go, there is one player that we both talked about before you invited him, and that player is Taiwo Awoniyi. I remember you called me in Germany. You were in the stadium with the vice president of the Bayern Munich team, and you said you wanted to invite Taiwo Awoniyi because the player was injured. I remember we had a very long conversation on him. Now he's moved from Union Berlin straight to Nottingham Forest. What can you say about him? He played this weekend, he scored a goal. Some people already say that he didn't do well in the game, but that's not my take. You saw this guy in Germany way more than all of us. Can you give us your take about Taiwo Awoniyi?
He played very well in Germany. He made the success of Union Berlin. You know that Union Berlin finally qualified also for European Cup, which is a big surprise. There is a bigger club, is Hertha Berlin and not Union, but with Awoniyi, they made a wonderful season. And of course, now they got a lot of money in the transfer to England. But I think that this player deserves to come back to the Super Eagles because it's really one of the goal scorers who can help on the side of Osimhen, of course, to give the goals to the Super Eagles. And this player, I think you will see him a lot of time scoring in England Premier League this year.
Well, coach, you just mentioned Victor Osimhen. So people have different idea of who Victor Osimhen is. Some said he's very rude. Some say he's very stubborn. Talk to me about the Victor Osimhen that you know. Who is Victor Osimhen from your own perspective?
Victor Osimhen, you know, I took him. He was only 17 in my first match against Tanzania. It was in August 2016. So when I took him, people were surprised, but I knew him already. He signed in Germany, in Wolfsburg, so I could see him. I could meet the people who were working with him, and I was sure that his future will be bright. Then he had some injuries. He was very strong mentally to come through these injuries, to come back on the field, full of motivation, full of skillness, and now I think all the big teams in Europe want to have him in the clubs, and I believe that he can even play in Premier League, but actually I think Napoli, they don't want to let him go. I'm very happy for him. It's a Lagos boy. He started, like you know, in the big traffic, selling water in the roads of Lagos. And then he made this career, you know. He never forgets where he's coming from.
Yeah, thank you very much, Coach, for your time. But I have Emmanuel Sebastian in the studio with me, who's my co-presenter, and he's got one question for you. Emmanuel Sebastian, Coach, is available for you now.
All right, Coach. Calvin Bassey. Let's talk about Calvin Bassey. You invited him to the team when you were manager of the Super Eagles at the game against Central African Republic, but you didn't cap him. A lot of Nigerians who saw him play for Rangers were a bit angry that you didn't cap him at that moment because they were scared another country might take him away from our hands. But right now, Calvin Bassey is a full-fledged Nigerian international. What did you see in Calvin Bassey? What was your first thought when you saw the player Calvin Bassey that made you invite him to the national team?
That's a good player also. This one has hello.
Yeah, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, this player is a very good left foot. He has also strengths with the head, very good headers, strong physically, can play on different positions, left back or center of the defense, and mentally also seems to be very strong. I could invite him, I could see him a little bit in the beginning, but I regret not to continue with him because he was really for the future. I think it's a good solution for the Super Eagles.
Coach, when you coach the Super Eagles, who were the players that gave you problems? I mean, every coach has a player that say, "Oh, this was my problem child." Some others say, "These are my good child." These ones are very committed. Who are the players that give you problem in the Super Eagles?
You know, I didn't have any problem. The discipline was good. We didn't have any problem with tactical things or with organization of the training sessions. We didn't have any problem. We didn't have any problem for the life together in the hotel. So yes, no, it was no problem with anybody.
Coach, do you look back today and say there were some things you did wrong? Because you started well like a house on fire, everybody loved you. And somewhere the team just started not playing well, the result were not matching the expectation. Do you look back today and say there were things you did not do well?
I remember when we had to go to Cape Verde. I think you remember this match.
Yeah.
When half of the team could not come. Just a few weeks or months before I left. And then we won with the second team, we can say, without the British players, without some European players who could not come because of pandemic. And we made a new team for the second. Everybody said, you will lose there. And we won it. It was a wonderful game. I put Musa in the team like a captain, and he led some young players very well. So, and then everybody said it's the best coach. Even Pinnick said after the match, we have the best coach. And a few weeks later, it was finished. I was the worst coach. So.
That's crazy, you know. But that's life. These things happen, and whatever it is you enjoyed about Nigeria, you would also give credit to Pinnick for bringing you in. He had his own demons. People were fighting against him to get you out. He renewed your contract. So there was also the good side, there's the bad side, and then there's the ugly side. But thank you very much, Coach, for your time. But I wish I could keep you longer. There are a few questions from the fans. Would you want to take a few questions from the fans, please?
Let's speak again for the World Cup. So, because I have my children now, they're waiting for me.
Okay.
And the priority is actually the children for me.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Coach, for your time. God bless you. Have a wonderful time. My regards to the wife and the children.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.